everyone. You are welcome to my online mathematics class. We have a problem on GP today, but the topic is still sequence, and this one is a problem on GP. We have the third term of a GP is 360, and the sixth term is 1215. Find the common ratio, that's the first one, A, and B, the first term, and the sum of the first term, or sum of the first four term. How do we go solving this question? You will notice from the question that the question is talking about the third term and the sixth term. So we are going to use the n-term formula of a GP, which is given by UN is equal to ARN minus 1. So for the first one, we have the third term. That means our U3 is equal to 360, or we can apply this formula. Our U3, our N is 1. That means we have AR 3 minus 1, which is equal to 360. Solving this one further, we have 3 minus 1 to be 2. So we have AR2 is equal to 360. That will give us our equation 1. And consider the second statement. We have and the system is 1215. That means we are going to have U6 is equal to AR 6 minus 1 is equal to 1215. Simplifying further, 6 minus 1, we have 5. That means we are going to have AR5 is equal to 1215, equation 2. If you consider the two equations, equation 1 and equation 2, you will notice that equation 2 is somehow bigger than equation 1. That means I can divide equation 2 by equation 1. Going with that, we are going to have on the right hand side AR5 all over AR2 is now equal to 1215 all over 360. As in the right hand side, the left hand side, we divide the left hand side, and the right hand side, we divide the right hand side. If you look at this, A we cancel, and we can apply the law of indices to this 5 here. And one thing you have to note very well is that when you are solving a question on GP, you must be able, you must have the knowledge of indices. As in, you must be very, very good in indices. If you are not good in indices, you will surely have problem solving question on GP. Because another name for GP is exponential sequence. And these have to do with base and power. They are always in GP, which you need to know. So we have this. So we can write, applying the law of indices to this, we have R 5 minus 2 will now be equal to, let's try and reduce this to the lowest term. 5 in 36 will give us 7. In that 1, in 10 is 2. 5 here, 5 in 12 is 2. In that 2. In 21 is 4. In that 1. In 15 is 3. I have 2 for 3 over 72. Of course, 9 can go there. 9 is 72. That is 8. 9 in 24 is 2. In that 6. In 63 is 7. So we are left with 27 all over 8. Look at it. 5 minus 2, 3. 27 is the same thing as 3 times 3 times 3. That means 27 is 3 raised to power 3. Then we have 8. 8 is equal to 2 times 2 times 2, which is also equal to 2 raised to power 3. That means I can write from here R3 implies 3 all over 2 raised to the power of 3. I mean, since the power is common to them, if you check very well, the power is common, so the power will cancel out. That means we are now going to have our R to be equal to 3 all over 2. our R is equal to 3 all over 2. So from here, we have we have done with the first answer. So we now move to B. If you check the B very well, we are asked to find the first term. That means you are now going to substitute this value of R into any of these equations, either equation 1 or equation 2. But we have to look for the equation that is somehow simple. And if you look at that equation 1, you will notice that the equation 1 is simpler than the equation 2. The equation 2 is somehow complex because you have to multiply the value of R 5 times. Unlike equation 1, that we are going to multiply the value of R 2 times. So we are going to substitute R is equal to 3 all over 2 into equation 1. If you substitute this into equation 1, what are you going to have? You are going to have A into 3 all over 2 square is now equal to 360 over 1, which will eventually, when you simplify it further, you are going to have 3 square will give you 9, that's 3 times 3, and 2 square will give you 2 times 2, which is 4. So that will now give us 9A all over 4 is equal to 360 all over 1. Now, substitute or cross multiply this and make A the subject of formula. If you do that, you are going to have A is equal to 360 times 4 all over 9. Check it out. 9 can go. So 9 here is 1. 9 times 6 is 40. Is 0 is 0. So your A now will now be equal to 160. That means the common ratio, which is A question, is 3 all over 2. And the first term, A, is 160. We are now left with C part of the question, where we are asked to find the sum of the first 4 terms. And remember, to find the sum of an n term in a GP, you need to know the value of R so that you can know the formula to use. And if you look at this R, our R is 3 all over 2. Convert it to the decimal, you are going to have 1.5. 1.5 is still greater than 1. So the formula we are going to use now, our Sn now, will now be A Rn minus 1 all over R minus 1. You can only use this when R is greater than 1 and our R here is greater than 1. So you can now substitute the value of A and R into this equation. That means, okay, they say we should find the sum of the first 4 terms. That means you are looking for S4 and our N is 4. So that will now give us S4 now will now be A. What is A? A is 160. I have the 160 times R. What is our R? Our R is 3 all over 2. So I have 3 all over 2 raised to the power of 4 because our N is 4 minus 1. Everything. And so all that I'm going to have R minus 1. I can just write divided because of this sign into 3 all over 2 minus 1. As in divided by 3 all over 2, which is our minus 1. You have this. That means we are now going to simplify what we have in the bracket. 3 all over 2 raised to power 4. Numerator 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 in 4 places. That will give us 81. 2 in 4 places 2 will give us 16. So we are now going to have our S4 now will now be 160 times 81 all over 16 minus 1 in bracket divided by 3 all over 2 minus 1 all over 1. So I can now simplify it. So you have 180 160 times, what is the LCM of this? The LCM is 16. So I'm going to have 81 minus 16 in 16 is 1 times 81, 81. 1 in 16 is 16 times 1, 16. Divided by, find the LCM of this, the LCM is 2. 2 in 2 is 1, 1 times 3, 3. Minus 1 in 2, 2 times 1, 2. So I'm going to have 160 times 81 minus 16. 81, 16. I have 5 65 here. 7 minus 1, 6. So I have 65 all over 60 times. Of course, I want to change this division to times. So the 2 will go up. I have 1 now because 3 minus 2 will give us 1. So I have 2 all over 1 here. What we go? 16 here is 1. 16 here is 10. I have 2 times 65. What is 2 times 65? That should give us 130. So 130 times 10 will give us 130 times 10 will give us 1,300. That is the S4 that we are asked to find. As you can see, solving problem in mathematics required a lot of steps. You need to know the formula, then you follow the normal step. Because don't forget, if you jump your teacher's step, of course, your teacher will surely jump your mark. So you take your time to solve it. Don't jump any step. Just take your time, solve it. So we have come to the end of this solution. Next time, in our subsequent episode, we are still going to solve many questions on the GP. God bless you. God bless me.